Okay, so is the OBD2 thingy, similar to a scan gauge I'd say, but more graphical. You got a lot of options with it really. Let me just grab the menu. I'll just read some things off from the manual rather than go through the menus, so you can know what I'm talking about. Okay, so you can have engine water temperature, you can have RPM, travel distance, air to fuel ratio, satellite time, driving direction, engine load, system time, which is the clock obviously, intake pressure, map sensor, turbo pressure in I think it's kp and psi, altitude, kilometers or miles an hour, intake air temperature, fuel consumption, travel time, oil temperature, satellite number on the GPS, not sure what that's for, temperature, I'm not sure where it's reading the temperature from, whether it's like the engine temperature, or I would assume so. Throttle position sensor, so it'll tell you how much throttle you're using. It also has a built-in OBD2 reader scanner thing, so you can do stuff with that. Right, so let me see if I can show you some stuff on here now. Basically you've got 3 buttons. When you plug it in, you want to select OBD mode, not GPS mode, because if you don't select OBD mode, half of the stuff won't work. So once you got that out of the way, it comes off this thin USB cable. I managed to tuck it down the side of my dash, and then there was a little gap by where the OBD port is, so I managed to get the cable up there without any modification, so it's pretty easy. One thing I will say is when you turn your car off, it takes like 3 minutes to turn off, so I mean, I don't know, you could unplug it. You could either just whip the OBD2 out, or you can whip the USB out of the back of here, whichever, but it will go off. It just takes 3 minutes. It might just be my car, I don't know, but I tried to set, what you can set is a sleep time voltage, which I set it quite high to 12.7 volts, but it didn't seem to work. But I think it's probably because my car, having a camber system, it's keeping the system alive for a couple of minutes after you've turned everything off. So I don't know, it's worth a try. You can see if you can do anything different. So there's 3 buttons. There's back, forward and OK. To get into the settings, you hold the OK button, then you've got 2 options here. You've got OBD2 diagnose, scan, you press OK. No DTCs, which is no surprise because I haven't got any. Okay, so you can clear them or auto clean. Don't know why you need that as well, but let's go back. Let's go back to the settings. You can set your language. You can set the sound for this beeping when you're changing things. Speed alarm, you can set that to whatever you want. 150 miles an hour, never gonna reach that. Coolant alarm. Okay, so I'm assuming that the temperature is definitely gonna be the engine temperature then, because you've got a coolant alarm in here, so you can get warned when the coolant is at a certain level. RPM alarm, I suppose that might be useful. I don't know, I don't think it will. Battery alarm, you can set it to whatever voltage you want wanted to set the alarm for. But speed adjust. Okay, so accuracy, I've only tested up to 50 miles an hour so far, so I haven't really tested beyond that. But if you have a problem like the speed is out compared to what it should be, you can adjust it here. You can change the percentage. You can go above 100 or below. So yeah, speed offset, another one. You can set your miles an hour offset, you know. So battery adjust, I'm not sure what you'd want that for, but engine size, set mine to 2.4 litres. That's for the fuel gauge stuff, yeah, because it gives you MPG, but I don't need that myself because I've already got a gauge for that. But yeah, you can get the MPG on here. Brightness, obviously, to turn it to 8, auto. Okay, auto then. I'm assuming it's got a light sensor though, otherwise it wouldn't have an auto setting. Atmospheric pressure, you can set that to on or off. I'm assuming you'd want that for map sensor readings, that you need to know the atmospheric pressure. This is the temperature unit, centigrade or Fahrenheit. Speed unit, miles per hour, you can set to kilometers. Some distance, I think that's summit distance. I'm not sure what you'd use that for. Power off time, 10 seconds. Like I was saying earlier, I don't think that kind of worked. And here is the sleep voltage, which as you can see I've set to 12.7. So basically, unless the car's running, then that should be off. But for some reason mine doesn't go off, so you know, it is what it is. Right, time adjust, you can set the time, and you can factory reset the unit. Right, so let's come out of here. You've got several displays. You've got this one, and you can change these things to what you want just by pressing. Like the top one I've just changed. If you go to that one, yeah, I've seen IAT, intake air temperature. Let's go back again. Here's a bit of a pain that you have to go round, but you know, it is what it is. Right, back to PSI. So yeah, if I wanted to set the one underneath it, this one, then you press that one, and then if you want to set the top one, you press that one. You can change your screens. I mean, mine's on RPM meter, miles per hour. There's different ones, like that one, there's miles per hour. You got your temperature as well there. You can set these two again, same as before. There's another different screen again. Then there's this one. Unfortunately, the turbo thing here, it only seems to do kPa. I mean, it would be handy if it was bar, but you know, I don't know what kPa is really, and you can't change it, see nothing, it's not doing anything. And the RPM meter just going up. There is a bit of a delay, but you know, it's a cheap unit, so I expected that. Alright, let's go another screen. Got one like this. You can see the PSI going up there and your direction, and then that's just RPM meter. There's a turbo one again, just turbo and RPM. Well, turbo and miles per hour even, sorry. Let's go to another screen. You've got one like that. You've got loads of different options you can use. There's another, there, this is the 0 to 60 one, so I think you go on here and you press OK. Oh no, you don't. Let me go back around. Not that one. This one. I think you press the button like there. Is it that? No, it's not. No, I guess what happens as soon as you take off, because I have seen this working, as soon as you take off it'll calculate the time for you, and the distance and travelled and the time. I don't know why it says brake test for. I'm assuming maybe that tells you how much distance it takes to brake from a certain speed. I would assume that's what that is. Here's your yeah, you got your DTCs none, freeze DTCs none, loop status, don't know what that means. Engine loads 21. As you press it, it'll go higher. Coolant temp 75, which is normal. Fuel trim, and yeah, it doesn't seem to do anything else. Hang on a sec. Oh yeah, it does, doesn't it? Oh yeah, there we go. So there's 3 lots of fuel trim. And fuel rail pressure there, so you can have that on as well. Intake air pressure. That's moving. Tacho. Speed. Ignition. I'm assuming it means on. Intake air temperature 34 degrees. There's your MAF there as well. Throttle position. I'm not sure why that's showing 91. Maybe it doesn't work on my car. Oxygen sensor. Another one. I don't have these, so that's why they don't show. OBD type. No idea what that is. Oxygen. Aux input status. No. Engine run time. Miles distance. Manifold pressure, I assume. Fuel rain press. I'm assuming that means fuel rail pressure, and it's just spelled wrong. Yeah, I think it is. Fuel level, that's not reading. Warm up count, not sure what that means. Distance, DTCs. Barometric pressure, that's useful. Air temperature 16 degrees, which matches my my car, so that is right. Battery voltage is right. Trip distance, that's for your MPG, I think. Drive time, speed, average speed, LPH, not sure what that means. And again, another LPH. There's a lot of stuff on this. Yeah, I think that's it now. Yeah. So then we're back to this again. So yeah, you can change all them settings. I mean, there's one thing I will say as well. You got this sticky thing that you can stick it on. Plus, they give you a pad in case you want that. I do like the design with the flat cable because it makes it easier to get in some sections. So yeah, that's my opinion on it. It works, does what it's supposed to do. I mean, like I say, it's got a bit of a delay on like the RPM. See, there's a bit of a delay, but when you're holding it into a certain position, it does hold where it's supposed to be. Yeah, that's perfect. Yeah, perfect. But yeah, it's definitely worth buying.